And tomorrow, I'm the biggest bear out there. So be it.
You win some, you lose some, but you live to trade another day, live to make another play. You win some, you lose some, but you live to trade another day, live to make another play. Live to trade another day, live to trade another day, live to make another play. Win some, you lose some, but you live to trade another day, live to make another play. Scared money don't make no money. 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 You win some, you lose some, but you live to trade another day, live to make another play. Is it the bottom yet? I'm trying to buy out everything. Not gonna get upset. Just pull the trigger, let it bang. When I see a trade, I'm hopping in like a Uber to secure my future. Up early just like a rooster. Eyes glued to the computer looking for a bag or two. Market cipher on the screen, compliments of trading view. Now I know what I'ma do. Buy low and sell high. Even if you try and fail, at least you didn't fail to try. I don't wanna be the type of guy that let fear win. I'm the one that dive in head first and bust my chin. I know FOMO is a no-no, but I still get it in. Now I can't predict the future, but I know I'm bound to win. Later or sooner, I'll be the big kahuna. Cause I got big kahunas. I was not scared to get money, I took me some chances and now I'm the big kahuna. And if you scared, might as well get neuter. I'ma keep chasing my dreams. Wake up and mansion so big, I need a segue to get from wing to wing. Scared money don't make no money. 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 You win some, you lose some, but you live to trade another day, live to make another play. Scared money don't make no money. 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 You win some, you lose some, but you live to trade another day, live to make another play. Don't be scared, G. Like paid in full, get your bread, B. Cold wallet full of crypto, yeah, Big Lebowski. Can't forget to tip the waitress. Fur and loathing in Las Vegas. Tupac told us about the changes. People hating on your greatness. Mansion looking hella spacious. Shoes, they ain't got no
all
laces.
right. Good morning, everyone. Good morning.
Our money in with crypto.
Analog to digital. All right, what's going on? Analog to digital, baby. Everyone's going analog to digital. What's going on, my friends? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to Dano Crypto. On this channel, we show you guys how to make simple, effective, and easy moves in the cryptocurrency ecosystems. So before we get started, we just want you to ding that bell. Click all. There's a bell in YouTube. If you don't know about the bell, well, there's a bell where you can get notified whenever I make crypto content and go live. So if you don't know when we go live Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we're consistent. We've been on a 90-week plus streak of doing these live streams Monday through Friday, almost every single day of the week, and we have been bringing you guys the latest cryptocurrency news, the price action, different projects, all the different narratives, all in one place. And we hope you guys have been enjoying the show so far. So make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, ding that bell, and we'll get started. So today we're going to be talking about the volatility of the World Liberty Financial launch. We're going to look at the price, the charts. We're going to look at some of the sentiment around altcoin season, the sentiment around Bitcoin right now going into September, because historically September is kind of a bad month for Bitcoin. And so we're going to look at how gold and silver are pumping and signaling that the dollar still isn't strong. We're seeing that we're being led to believe that the dollar's still strong, but I don't think it's strong at all. We looked at the Dixie the other day, the dollar strength index, and it doesn't look that good. And gold and silver are signaling that we are going to come into another portion of risk on. Because in terms of commodities, assets, I think Bitcoin's going to be one of those things that hits this point where they're not going to want to hold the dollar for much longer. We got interest rates being cut. We have all of the signals going towards a ease up in Q4 for this year. And some people are calling for Bitcoin to hit over $400,000 this year. Can you believe that? Udi Rohrnheimer, the Taproot wizard himself, is calling for $400,000 per Bitcoin this year. So I thought my price target was bullish, but we have some price targets out there that are in the hundreds of thousands of dollars for Bitcoin. So my friends, guys, gals, aliens, degen freaks, degenerate crypto enthusiasts, we're going to welcome you to the cryptocurrency markets. So smash up that like and let's get started. So first we're gonna tell you about this daily open right here. The markets were closed yesterday of observance for Labor Day, but now we got the markets kind of coming up at Bitcoin. Bitcoin here opened up really strong. We actually had Bitcoin go as low as 107. So if you guys remember, we talked about it. We talked about it the other day. We talked about how the market makers had these levels at liquidation levels at 107. Said there's other liquidation lower levels that were below that. I said if you're going to set an alert, maybe set an alert at 105 just in case it broke down that hard, but it seemed to have bounced in this first support level of 107.5. That was the liquidation, and then the liquidations for shorts was at 110. And where did they pump it? They dropped it right down to that long liquidation area, and then they dropped it right in, or pumped it right into the shorts liquidation. So, excuse me, the price action that we're seeing right now is kind of based off those the market flush of longs and the high leverage trades. So it's perfect because if you think about it, we drew this little trend here. We saw this channel. We said, look, here's a channel that's happening with Bitcoin. And if anything, we will on the daily, and also I think these are the weekly candles that we barred here. If we go on the weekly, it kind of looks like we're about to do this. Like we're about to test back up to 116, maybe even this week right here, this particular week going into at like September, we're expecting it to go down because of this. Look, if you look at September, historically, it hasn't really been too great. Like there's been more Septembers that it was in the red than it has been in the green. So with that being said, what can we expect going into the rest of the year? We'll have to see. But welcome, guys. Welcome, everyone. I hope you're hitting the like button. We're just getting started here, so I know sometimes it takes a little bit for people to get in. Also, YouTube has been doing a terrible job at notifying people whenever I go live. It's been a little frustrating. All right, so we're just going to go ahead and get into some data here. So we're going to give just kind of a big, broad market breakdown, okay? So, and how it's basically going to affect the cryptocurrency markets, because that's what we're here to find out. So we see that there are rising bond yields, so higher treasury yields make fixed income assets more attractive compared to speculative investments like cryptocurrency. So investors may shift capital from volatile assets like Bitcoin, altcoins to safer yield-bearing securities, reducing crypto demand and potentially driving prices lower. Historically, rising yields have correlated with sell-offs in risk assets. So we have to take that into account. That's a possibility if we're on more of the bearish side. This says the Bloomberg Dollar Spot Index says that we're getting a stronger dollar. So like, I'm curious about that. So if we go to stocks here, we go to DXY. Okay, so we are kind of getting on the weekly a bit of a strong, I guess, yeah, the dollar is getting a little bit stronger here. We still think that we're gonna break down to previous support of the bear market of 2022 here, of these levels. because this is right here, the level of where we actually saw there were some really interesting things happening with Bitcoin at this point. So I'm curious to see what is going to happen with Bitcoin and cryptocurrency now that we're in this range from November, because you remember, look, this was the bull market peak of 2021 was November. And so if we're in this range and then we could potentially do something like this, we go like that and we get somewhere in here, right here, where's crypto going to be? Because last time it was there, we were flying. We were going to the moon. We were in altcoin season. Alts were flying. Bitcoin hit a double top in November, tested $69,000. So this is where I get very interested to see how this could potentially correlate. Now, if the dollar does something like this and it starts going up, I don't know. I guess I would be a little worried. I guess I would be a little worried, because when we were in these territories, we were in a really nasty bear market afterwards. The dollar started going up, and Bitcoin was going down, and we got to $16,000, and it was atrocious. So we could make some correlations with those things and kind of keep an eye on them. So it's saying that the macro context, I'd like the macro context a little bit better. It says markets are pricing a 90% chance of a 25 basis point Fed rate cut into September, which could eventually support crypto prices by increasing liquidity. Okay, so this is why we've been a little bit more on the side that we are going to see, we're going to see the results of all of this stuff that's happening this year, next year. Like, it's going to be a little bit, this is why this cycle, I think, is extended. If you read the title right, you saw the thumbnail, we're going to get into how the cycle could be extended and how we have a visual data to back it up. And this is why it could like help you in your thesis of like not feeling like an insane person for DCAing into crypto right now. Some people can make you feel like you're crazy for dollar cost averaging into crypto, but you know that you are actually doing one of the smartest things you could be possibly doing in any type of investment strategy, is that you are getting just an average cost basis every day, or whatever your schedule is, weekly, monthly, whatever it is. You're buying the dips, you're buying the mid prices, you're buying sideways, you're buying when it's the top. Who cares? It doesn't matter. And we've seen that historically that has outperformed everything. The trading, the swapping around, the rotations. It always wins. The dollar cost average strategy wins. And I will say that I learned that. And I'll give a shout out to Cryptos R Us George. George definitely like hammered that, in my brain. And he always said, look, you can test out all the other stuff, but when it comes down to it, the dollar cost average strategy is the one that works the best. It really does. I mean, it just does really well. And so being macro is what we have to focus on, because I think we're going to see more growth in the market. And we're going to get into this too, because then when you correlate the extended cycle, you just look at gold and look at the total cryptocurrency market cap chart. They're the same chart. So we're going to tie it all together. So then this will make you so bullish. It'll make you so bullish on crypto. You're going to want to keep coming back to this live stream. So, however, the immediate focus on rising yields and hawkish Fed outlook may outweigh this, maintaining pressure on crypto. Upcoming data like the ISM manufacturing and non-farm payrolls could further influence the sentiment. And so I think all this is telling me is that I don't need to be thinking about selling. I don't need to be thinking about anything like that. Like, I just know that there is like some crazy liquidity that's already being injected through stable coins. And then we have the treasuries, we have the companies that are setting up their treasuries, that's adding liquidity. We have government, United States legislation, and legislation all around the world. You know, it's not just in America. A lot of the focus is like on what we're doing here, because then that's going to set the example for, you know, what other governments are going to do. But it's a good trend. We're basically, you know, we're setting a trend for, if we get this right and we can do it right, then that's going to be kind of the leading example. So that's why I think there's been a lot of focus on America doing a lot of different stuff. It's like, if we can get it right, if America can get it right with certain things, then it could be the leading example for other economies and governments. And so, yeah, I think that's why we are trying to do this whole initiative with crypto in America now, completely different, completely 180. Strengthening American leadership in digital financial technology. So we're taking it seriously now. American leadership in the digital financial revolution. This is from the SEC. This was never going to be a report that we were going to see from Gary Gensler, or like this type of initiative. So we're kind of seeing all this play out, and all I think about is like, okay, yeah, they're getting ready. They're just getting ready, and we are trying to front run being in these markets before it's just the inevitable explosion. Okay, so I keep getting distracted by looking at my screen and looking at this camera, because I'm realizing I look like the Grinch. I'm like, I don't know why I'm so green. My camera's being really weird. I look green. I look like I'm dead. I need to fix it. Hold on. Is that better? I don't know. That might be worse. I still look super green, but yeah, my camera looks really strange. I don't like how it looks. I look like I'm not alive. Yeah, it looks so weird. I'm gonna have to fix that. All right, so let's let's keep on track here. Who cares about what I look like? It's about what I'm talking about. So let's keep getting into some of the news. So that was a little bit of the macro breakdown, but you know, Wojak says, are the trenches cooked? Are we cooked in the trenches? I mean, the trenches sometimes do seem like they're a little bit cooked in terms of what's happening with some of these Solana coins. These I know I look like the green man. I don't know. I look so green. I really gotta fix it. It's so terrible. But I'm just gonna ignore it. All right. So Virtual Bacon is asking, do you think the World Liberty Financial coin can break into the top 10? So currently, right now, we looked at this. It's one of the most visited coins right now. It's trending. Well, that's interesting. I don't know what that is. Let's RIP Solana. I know. Let's see. So World Liberty Financial 22 cents. This thing, we're gonna look at the, we're gonna chart this for a little bit. We're gonna chart this for a little bit. Let's look at the chart. Did we save this? Did we bookmark it? No, we didn't. We're gonna look at the Binance futures. Yep, yeah, we charted this already. So let's see. Dang, yeah, okay. So it's doing something really interesting right now. So it looks like it's having it looks like it had a double bottom here on the hourly. It had a really nice it had a nice little pump from the bottom, and then it consolidated down to 22 cents, and then it went down this candle right here today. You can see on the market open, it did not like the market open. Bitcoin kind of took the show, and we had a sell-off. It went down to this previous support right here at 21 cents. So it's really interesting. Like we were trying to catch the bottom, thinking that it was going to hit right there, and it looks like it's bouncing off of this support. But who knows? It could potentially go down to here again. Bitcoin, like obviously, like we said, kind of stealing the show a little bit. And also Polygon. Polygon's doing really well too. That's another altcoin that's bouncing really well, looking really good. But yeah, do you think that this coin? I mean, I think it potentially could get to the top 10. It's already number 27. So I mean, this thing. I mean, it would be fascinating. And like I said, it's heavily connected with the the world. Whoa, hold on just a second. What in the world? Whoa, do you guys see this wallet right now? Holy crap. I said, guys, this wallet is going to say billions of dollars soon. And look at this. Holy freaking crap. $12 billion of World Liberty Fi is now in this wallet. And also with the USD one, this wallet now says $13.2 billion. Dang. That's wild. That is wild. Super, super wild. I keep trying to fix my camera, and it's just like, it's so bad. Let's see. I don't think it's gonna get any better. But I look like a ghost. Guys. But welcome. Make sure you hit the like button. We got 8 people in here. I tell you, YouTube is that they're demons. The YouTube, they're demons. They like if you don't hit the like button, they will curse your channel. So you have to hit the like button. It's kind of it's necessary. Okay, so yeah, we're getting a nice little pump on this thing. We missed it. We missed that bottom out, man. We missed that bottom out. We got stopped out in the original entry, and now it seems like we're chasing it. We're gonna see if we can get it. Since we're talking about World Liberty Fi, we might as well show you that we're trying to also trade it. We're totally chasing it right now, which is ridiculous, but it is what it is. Maybe we'll get the same entry. Let's go. Dang, this thing is now it's pumping. Oh, we were so close. We tried to get a limit. We tried to get a limit in. Oh my gosh. Oh, it'll hit. We'll see what happens. But the ticker is Bitcoin. The ticker is always Bitcoin. That is our favorite meme, along with Pepe and Wojak. We love Pepe and Wojak and ticker Bitcoin. Those are our favorite memes. Those are the ones that we have love for, but we have respect for the other communities as well. We're gonna also in this stream too. We're gonna point out the fact that these other wallets, like these wallets that are buying thousands of dollars, DCAing, they're DCAing. They're also DCAing Wojak and Pepe and some other like Apu. Like we had a couple wallets that we were tracking. They have World Liberty Financial, USD1. They have NPC, some Kekius, some Harry Potter Obama Sonic Teninu, some Apu, Wojak, things like that. This wallet, similar, has some Pepe, some ticker Bitcoin, some Wojak, some NPC. A couple of these wallets also too had EGen. I noticed that this was a token that was in a few wallets that were very similar. This one had Tau instead, like interchange EGen with Tau. This one had Tau, but also had Harry Potter, Obama, Sonic, Teninu, Wojak, Apu, Kekius, NPC. So you see the pattern here. That is what I have been noticing here with particular holders and people that are DCA and dollar cost averaging these memes right now. So it's pretty dang, that one got creamed. This thing is just jumping all over the place. You got to watch out for these. You got to watch out for these launches, these launch coins, because they just jump all over the place. You got people that are selling with the unlocked supply. You got traders trying to trade it. It's kind of a nightmare. So you have to really watch out. But also these things can also be scammy to the upside. So watch out. Holy moly. All right, so we have Richard Hart. We covered the devices yesterday. We talked a little bit about it. Pulse chain is so vastly superior to Ethereum layer 2s, it's insane, but people are too stupid to listen. He says, look at Starknet, down for hours, dropping transactions, says, had it down. He says, it's pitiful. He said, I remember when one of their dumbass advisors told me that Pulse chain would be unreliable. I was right. They were wrong. And their chain is down. Pretty crazy. Yeah, because people were praising Starknet as like, it's gonna be the next thing. And people were all, kind of dogging on Pulse chain like it was gonna be so unreliable. But I mean, it's true though, it hasn't gone down. And we have all these devices going out, these scribbly pads. Yesterday we covered that accounts like this, Fuel Keck, get paid $5,000 to do one post, and you should rethink what your career is. You should just figure out how to get thousands of dollars to post one post. I was like, what in the Lord? What in high heaven? Julie? I mean, what are we doing, Julie? What are we doing? The hell are we doing? Over here live streaming, working our butts off, trying to produce content. People getting paid $5,000 just to do one post. What in the hell? Julie, we gotta mastermind, figure this out. Maybe you have already, I don't know. But Tell you what, though. Tell you freaking what. It's crazy. Julie, yes. You can definitely be my agent. You can be my agent Smith. Chase these people down. Guys, I can't stop looking at my terrible this camera. What the freaking crap? It has never looked this bad, but this is atrocious. I'm like, I gotta give myself some color at least, like give myself some contrast. I need some contrast here. Some saturation? I don't know. Like, give me some life in my face. There we go. All right, now I at least don't look dead. That better? Okay, yeah, that's a little better. What in the Lord? I had to do a quick fix. All right, well, it feels good. Feels good that Cracker Barrel is not gonna go full like looking like a Chipotle when you walk in. You know, you want some places to be a little tacky. You want some places to be like a slight bit of tackiness. You know, it brings you back to Meemaw's place, and you know. So you don't want every place to be modernized and have white walls and look like a freaking Chipotle or like a spa, you know, like it's. That's why it's like some people don't get that. They want to change everything to their perception of life. And it's like, it doesn't freaking work that way. It's not 1984. Not everyone wants to wear a jumpsuit and a freaking number. Okay? That's what that is, by the way. If you don't understand that when people try to keep doing this, it's freaking 1984. It's George Lucas's first film. You know, that you know, it's a film that he worked on, not 1984, but it's similar. It had a similar story where it was like these people kind of existed in this very strange society where like emotions and different and creativity and individual, like that type of individuality was frowned upon. Yeah, we want to feel that old feeling, like when your aunt calls you fat when you go home for Thanksgiving. She's like, Julie, you better stop eating too many of those rolls. It's gonna go right to your thighs. You better not eat too much green bean casserole. It has a lot of bacon fat in it, Julie. You're like, okay, aunt. God. All right, well, shout out to Crash. I like that he's still bullish Pepe. He's been drawing lines on the chart. He's been drawing lines. We're all drawing lines. And I still look, man, my camera still looks so terrible. Why am I green? I don't want to be green. Maybe I'll be green for Pepe. Okay, we're green for Pepe. Okay, so today's live stream camera. That's good. I'm glad that that's the thing. It's like if I can't give you alpha and crypto, then I at least can make you laugh. If I can at least make you laugh. So Crash says things often look their ugliest right before they look amazing. And this is true. Like whenever things were like doom, gloom, it looked like, oh, it's terrible, it's gonna crash even more. Like the stock market, for instance. Like the S&P is like the perfect chart to show you that they're trying to bait switch us and just give us the, you know, the doom scroll, the doom rattle of look, they gave us the doom rattle, and look at that wick too. The monthly wick is telling. But if you look at the weekly, that's where it's really, where you really see it. You're like, wow, like they totally got us. They made us think everything was over. And then the president came in and said, no, it's not over. Send it. It's a great time to buy. And then now we're about to pump up to 7,000 S&P 500 all-time high. So this is kind of a good example of that, where it looks the ugliest, where it looks like it's like, oh my God, that's when you kind of have to, you almost have to double down. You gotta go in that part of your brain where it's almost like delusion, you know, and you're seeing visions, and that might be the time. We could even potentially get a pullback right here. It's technically September also too for the stock market isn't really that great either. We were charting and looking at gold and silver. This is interesting too. Oh yeah, Trump is also going to be making this announcement, and I think this was overnight news. So this is kind of what's speculated, is that Trump may declare a national housing emergency this fall. And that kind of correlates exactly with my post. I've been watching the housing market as well, and I suggested, I've been posting like a maniac this morning. This is the thing, like I'll eventually get paid to post. I use X a lot, damn it. Elon Musk, Papa Elon, I'm talking to you. I want to get paid to post. I'm using your platform. I'm also streaming on it every day. Pay me. All right. Anyway, so look at this. I said, you will be able to buy your dream home for $250,000. Just wait. Housing market crash incoming. And this has been happening across the board, and I think it's going to correlate with some of the movements of where a lot of this liquidity and this money is going to go, because these people are losing money in real estate now. The market's terrible. I mean, I got houses in my neighborhood that I live in that are been sitting for months and months and months. They're going to have to lower the prices if they want these houses to sell. So if they want these houses to sell, you're gonna have these people. Half of them are investors. Half of them are people that are from the boomer generation, and they bought the house for like $100,000, maybe even cheaper, and now they're trying to sell it for $400,000 and make a $350,000 profit. And I'm like, no, boomer, you are not going to make $300,000 for your old ass house. You're going to lower the price. And that's what's going to happen. These people have to lower the price and get their heads out of their asses that they're not going to get $300,000 profit for a house that was built in 75. It's insane. So that's one thing. So those people have to get a grip. And then the investors also, those people are going to just eat it. They already ate it. They're selling these houses for already cutting at them $100K price cut. So people that are owning these Airbnbs, they're realizing that they're not making enough cap rate, which is your capital rate compared to what your expenses are. If you didn't buy the place cash, which is probably not the instance. Yeah, it's crazy because these people are trying to sell these old homes. They have to do all this work. So it's already $400,000. Then you got to put in another $60,000 because you got to get gutters. There's some stupid leak in the roof. The freaking pipes are old. The electric, someone from Russia came in and hooked it up like it was a Russian house. They're like, no, we're in the United States. And so then you got to get all the electric done. And then before you know it, you just put all this money and got more debt to fix a house from 1975. While there's literally a house that you can get brand new that is still kind of like a little expensive, but at least you're buying a new house. that's like a little close to that price. So there's going to be this really interesting thing that happens. While all of the prices for these houses, you got to think, because a lot of the market's based on comparables of the value of what is around in the area, and the property taxes and the insurance also comes into play, but a lot of it has to do so with the actual comparable prices. So when all these houses start to drop, then it's going to drop the overall market for every house. And so when I say that a house that you see on the market right now, you're like, oh, it's just going to keep going up. I should probably just jump on it right now. I don't know about that. We're always made to believe that, oh, it's just going to keep going up. I think that's bullcrap. It's kind of just like the markets, they fluctuate, and we were in this crazy inflated housing market, and it's not true. And so I think it's going to correct. And this whole thing with Trump declaring a housing emergency this fall, Scott Besson told the Washington Examiner the Treasury Secretary said in a senior interview that several candidates for fair share are also contenders for the 2 open board. Okay, that's different news. Yeah, so Trump may declare a national housing emergency. These people that have these Airbnbs, they're not making enough money, so then they're also going to be selling the houses. And some of these they're just going to take the loss. So I think what's going to happen is if you actually really want to buy and you're really interested in buying, think about it. Interest rates aren't there yet. People also don't have enough money and they don't want to pay a $2,500 housing note because then they know that that's like, for instance, if you want to get a mortgage right now on a $350,000 house, it's going to be $2,500 minimum when it's all said and done. That's with the 6% interest rate, 6.5 interest rate. That's with good credit. And your mortgage, if you want to get a $350,000 mortgage, that's how much it's going to cost. Now, that's not taking into account everything else that goes into your mortgage and your payment and what it actually ends up costing. That's a lot. So most people are thinking like, well, no, I'm not going to do that. And so then all of that combined with these houses sitting, the interest rates aren't lower yet. People aren't confident enough to where they want to like take out a massive loan like that for, 50 years, 60-year mortgage, tombstone mortgage. So next year's gonna be really interesting. I'm very interested to see how next year is going to go. I think 2026 is going to be this like very, very, very interesting year. Everyone's focused on all these months this year. Like, this is it. This is it. Oh, this is it, guys. It's just this couple months and that's it, guys. Pack it up. I'm like, you gotta like think long term. You gotta think Amazon stock in the early 2000s. That's how you gotta think. Amazon stock, early 2000s. That's how you got to be thinking. Amazon, early 2000s. Look at how volatile Amazon since then has been. On the NASDAQ, you look at the monthly chart of Amazon. It's a great example. And you go back to even the like in the tens, in the 2010s and the 2015. Look at this. Look at how volatile this thing was from its inception in the 90s and then going into the early 2000s. You see the 2000s and then everyone's like, what a bad idea. You guys started selling books online. Okay, cool. Oh yeah. Great job. Great job. Really did a great job there, Bezos. Really great job. And they were all slamming him. And then look at how volatile to the upside this thing went from the early 2000s. I don't know, 69,000% to the upside. Give me a break. So this is how you have to think about crypto. You have to not think about crypto in the next 3 months. Like, you are a goldfish. Do you want me to give you some flakes in your bowl? Because that is what you are if you're thinking about crypto in the next 2 to 3 months. This is why this chart is so important. This chart will turn you from a goldfish into an octopus that knows how to get out of the small box-minded thinking of the goldfish. You can slip through any damn crack and get to the next level of awareness, my friends, and you can clip that shit, because that is how you have to be right now. This chart right here is perfect example of us being sideways from 2022. This chart, we've been sideways since 2022. Do you see a peak or a mountain or anything that we have seen ever in the past after a halving? I do not. I do not, Sam, I am. So, and also, are we in the portion of the chart right here where we have been previously? Yes, we kind of are. So does this mean that they have been purposefully manipulating and sidewaysing this freaking thing across the rainbow, so that because they know that this is the nature of the supply and demand mechanism of Bitcoin? I think so. And so the whole $400,000 price target that Udi Rodenheimer is calling for, let's go to Udi. He said, look, Bitcoin's going to 400K. He said, hello, new followers. Bitcoin is going to 400K by the end of this year. He said, thank you for your attention to this matter. So I'm saying, people are calling for, he's been calling for 400,000. He's like, you guys don't realize how like violent this thing it could get. And so this is where, I mean, I'm kind of there as well. I mean, look at how how they've tried to stretch that thing as long as they can. Binance having a lot to do with it. Coinbase having a lot to do with it. Other major exchanges that are under them having a lot to do with it. Servicing ETFs having a lot to do with it. But all we need to know is that everything is going on chain. That's the vote. That's the poll today. So we got 10 votes. I said, how is this cycle different? It's that everything is going on chain. Interest rates high for too long. I finally believe in something. So this cycle is going to be different for a lot of people that stuck with it and didn't die through the cycle. If they came in 2021. So if you came in 2021 and you survived till this long, you now believe in something. Now you actually believe, and you are here because you know this is the best place to be. You know this is where all capital is flowing, where all of the smart money's flowing, and you're just like, you know, you feel smart. You feel like, you know, you're special. Like, you know, like we said with Sami, we posted it this morning. You know, we're special.
Special, okay. We are special. We're friends. Yeah. We like to buy low, right? We get convicted as prices go lower. See, it's hard, but it's simple. Yeah, they don't like to do that. Yeah, they have reputations. Okay, when you have an army of, it could be watching this right now. That'd be funny if he's like smoking his cigar and he's shirtless. He's like, the Matrix can't come for Shami. Shami, be careful of the Matrix. Special, okay? We
are very special. We are very much special people in crypto. But we feel something, you know, we feel something different than people that are normal investors or people that, like, you know, buy stocks in the TradFi guys. We have a different type of belief. You know, especially those us content creators, like the people that are like making content and talking about crypto. It takes a certain type of craziness and, you know, conviction to come here and live stream every day and talk about crypto. It's one of the least trending topics on just look, past 30 days, it was just like people were like, oh, okay, yeah, Bitcoin, Dogecoin, and then just no one cares anymore again. Past 12 months, we've had a bit of a spike. We had a little spike, and then it's just been downtrending. So I get it. We kind of have to be a little crazy. But we and I don't like the whole I told you so. I never like to do, I'd have never been the person to be like, I told you so. But I think crypto investors and smart, you know, us smart money people here, because I consider us smart money. You know, it's not all these banks, these bankers and these hedge funders and these people that were in you know, Wall Street guys. No, we're smart money. We're smart money. We've been buying these coins for years. We've been buying these coins for years. So we actually should pat ourselves on the back and be like, yeah, we told you so. We're gonna be on our flying whatever, I don't know, on our flying Nimbus. We'll be on our Nimbus cloud saying, we told you to get into crypto. Now PLS is 20 cents. It did a 20,000x. It did a 20,000% move to the upside. And you were telling me to buy XRP. I watched so much TikTok and I started getting bullish XRP. Damn it. All right, let's actually see what's doing well today in terms of the altcoins. ENA just did this giant W pattern. I just like, instead of the McDonald's, it said, you know what? We will hire you. We will hire you to be our hedge fund trader with billions of dollars of capital, instead of being like, get in a drive-through and make those fries right now. So yeah, ENA is looking good. ENA is looking good. Polygon 5% looking good. That was one of those undervalued altcoins we were talking about. Polygon being in the news, bullish news with, they just posted something recently and it was about, well, yeah, Polygon. They're going to be part of this Department of Commerce using Polygon. Let's go. Yeah, this is the one. Yeah. So entrepreneur.com was talking about how Visa can process tens of thousands of transactions per second. So most blockchains can hardly do 100. Yeah, so we talked about that actually. We broke down transactions per second and why that actually might be important for certain companies to want to use them, and why we've made the case that some chains that claim that they're the best chain in the world, well, it doesn't matter. Has it been up the whole time, and is the transaction speed fast, and is it usable and scalable, and is it trustworthy? Okay, if it's not, then no one gives a crap. Then your chain is basically, it might as well just be what people would just say, a shitcoin. So for real world adoption, Web3 infra must match up. And so on Polygon's roadmap to 100,000 transactions per second, that's pretty crazy. And I think when we did this test and we asked Grok, what has the best transactions per second blockchains in the top 20, I think Polygon was one that was like dominated. And I know Solana was one of the other ones that had a lot of transactions per second. And yeah, so yeah, we're bullish Polygon. Bullish Polygon, you can see, okay, adoption in the chart, you know. Naka looking like it's trading in that channel that we were talking about with a lot of the altcoins. If you're looking at the monthly or the weekly, if you have alts that look like this and they're trading in a bit of a channel here, you can see it's kind of bing bonging. You know, you got resistance, support, and it's really good to look at this on the weekly and the monthly with a lot of your altcoins, because then you can kind of just say, okay, it's not time to sell, it's time to buy. It's time to buy when you're in support. You know, you're really looking good at DCAing in these levels if you're wanting to buy in support. It's look, optimism, you're buying in support on the monthly. Ticker Bitcoin, you are buying in support on the monthly in this channel. This one is kind of, I don't like this channel. I would have loved for it to bounce right here in February, but we kind of had a way bigger breakdown. Oh, well, I guess if you wanted to say on the wick, that is a channel. I was going off this one, but yeah, we actually should go off this candle. So this candle, actually, if you look at this, it isn't a channel from this big candle right here, because that was around the launch time. This is the Uniswap pair. This is actually the Uniswap chart. So you can see where it had that initial launch and it was just kind of like, they were, you know, this is where the Sprotos actually came to be, because the story is of how the Sprotos, the NFT project, came to be was that they felt bad about how the launch went, and so then they created the NFTs and gifted all these Sprotos for free, and then the rest is history. So if you look and go from this candle and this wick to this wick, we actually are in a trading channel. So we're still around the bottom. It's hit that trend line on the bottom, and you can see the top trend is the first Fibonacci is at like 60 cents. We've had initial resistance and an all-time high at 38 cents, getting at about around $400 million market cap around there. I think that was when it peaked, and then we went into the ground. This is another one where it's like you have conviction, you buy in the bottom, and there you go. Brett, very similar. You know, this one kind of has like what we were calling the McDonald's pattern. A little bit like, dang it, I got to go back to work. And then, but once you have worked enough shifts at McDonald's and you got enough cash, so then you can DCA the bottom of Brett, and then you can tell your manager, I quit, and keep it snappy. And then it goes back up to the upside. So you just have to DCA if you really want to quit your job. This is in a W pattern here, a Wyckoff accumulation for AVAX. So we're fast blasting here. We're fast blasting through the altcoins here, the ones that are performing the best. AVAX, really great accumulation spot still. We're in the phase. We're about to hit the through point of the Wyckoff accumulation. So we actually, look at this. Oh my God. So it's doing it right now. Look, it goes down. It creates a W pattern, double bottom, goes up, tests that resistance, and then it goes sideways. And then it goes do. I marked it. I freaking marked it. Look at this. Do. And then the next level that it's going to hit is going to be about $31. So right now is where, like, if you just are a DCA master, you're salivating over these prices right now. Pingu consolidated back down to the 382. So it hit the 618 resistance, and now it's testing the 382. Nice bounce level. And then the next level that it would test is the 786, which is 5 cents. Pingu looking strong. Jupiter, we've talked about the Solana ecosystem and the DEXs and how any of the wallets and DEXs and protocols that are also in this Wyckoff accumulation. This one was probably a little bit topped out like right here. I was overshooting it. I had it going right here. So I think it's more so happening like this now. And we are going to get a test up to this, the 382 right here, 89 cents on Jupiter. And then the 786 is at $1.5856, that previous all-time high from April last year. Then Sol is looking good for reasons being that we had the Sol BTC ratio looking really bullish. The Sol BTC ratio was starting to break out, and this was giving us a bullish signal for the actual USD pair and the UST pair for Solana. It's in an ascending wedge, but it's on the bottom of the ascending wedge. So it's kind of going like this. It's doing something like this. It's like do. So we're just going to test up, hopefully to the top of the wedge. We kind of pinch in here. We go to 400. We could do something like this. We trade up, break all-time high, hit that trend right there. We go back down. And who knows after that, but it does look bullish, at least on the RSI, looks bullish. Arbitrum, talk about transactions per second and things like stable coins and all that stuff. Robinhood is using Arbitrum. Arbitrum on the weekly is also in the Wyckoff accumulation. You can see it right there. That's levels to watch. You got $1.15. A lot of stuff under $1 right now that is poised to go over $1. Chainlink. Look at this channel on Chainlink. Oh my God. Look at these patterns right now. Look at it. It's all Wyckoff. Too many jokes to be had that I could say right now, but we keep this channel PG family friendly. All right, so Bitcoin was in a massive Wyckoff pattern in the monthly charts. But if you're looking at the weekly, it's also in a channel. It's in a channel. You see the channel? And the channel breakout is at $133,000. So I'm watching for $133,000 for Bitcoin. And then also I'm watching a lot of these Solana coins that are at the bottom of their trading channels when Solana breaks out. Solana breaks out again, which I think it will. We're going to have Pingu, Jupiter, Orca, Radium, any of the bullish Sol meme coins that have good trading volume and liquidity are going to pump very strongly. And we are still bullish on the fundamentals of the OG legacy, borrowing protocols like Aave and stuff. I think Aave looks pretty good. I think the target for this one is $810 for Aave, breaking out of the cup and handle pattern. And that's what we're watching so far. Sonic is taking a lot of time to build up some momentum. But it would be a good DCA opportunity, I think. We're basically at the bottom of the chart. So if you think it could have any chance of getting back up to where it did the migration and the token rebrand from Phantom to Sonic, then yeah, you're buying the bottom. So that's great. XRP cooled off. We said, look, when we called this on the money. We said XRP is going to cool off. It has an obvious bearish divergence, and the bearish divergence is going to bring us down into a level to test. We tested the trend here, that EMA right there. And so now if you were wanting to buy XRP to hit the next fib level, which would be that $4.76, this is probably a good chance. This would be like you're buying a good bottom from a pump. Look at that pump. And let it cool off a little bit. Let it cool off. And if you're bullish XRP, then you're buying here. Cardano, very similar. We can see the Wyckoff in the weekly on Cardano. We had some resistance right up at the top here with the through line right here. It's getting a chance to back test. And if it back tests successfully, then we'll get a test up into that next order block sell, which was from where we got really big previous resistance from the last bear market. All right, anything else? Let's see. We got Polkadot. Polkadot's just been getting killed. Polkadot's been getting killed. It's just like it is at the bottom, but it also is at support. You can see it. We're sitting right at the bottom of support from from 5 years ago. 5 years ago. Let's see what else. Pepe. Pepe's looking good. Pepe is also in a interesting little channel here. We hit that bottom. We're in the bottom. Bing bonging around a little bit, but I think we got a potential to break all-time highs, no problem. Radium, like I said, is gonna really start to get some traction here. I think Radium and Orca, both of these tokens, are gonna surprise everyone, and we could have, I mean, something like a $72. I think a $72 Radium would not be far-fetched. And like a $15 to $20 Orca would be also on the table as well. Crow saw a nice little pullback because of that green candle. You see the weekly, it was just trudging along. We had that big announcement of the partnership with Trump Media with the Crow token as the treasury. We said, look, it said we could continue upward, or we're going to see this as a pretty nice resistance level for people selling off. And then we had this level actually marked as like 25 cents as the potential bounce level. And then we could continue to the upside. So we're seeing that resistance, and then we'll see where we can continue to the upside. Ethereum saw some resistance on the 618 on the BTC ratio chart. Are we going to get a pullback here going into the 382, which would then give Bitcoin some dominance against Ethereum again, and then we see Bitcoin going up? I mean, possibly. How is this going to correlate with the Ethereum price? Well, it looks like it's affecting the USD valuation. And so the next level that we're trying to eye is the 1618, but we did hit resistance at this all-time high of $4,982. $4,100 is where we're looking for some bounce, where to bounce, and then we could possibly see something like this when we test back up, when we test into that level that we've been calling. It's on this chart, I think, is where we actually have this level. So you go here and you see the 1618, $5,700. That's my call for Ethereum. XYO, we're at the bottom of that channel, man. We're at the bottom of that channel. So I'm looking to DCA and accumulate a lot more because I'm just gonna wait and sell until we get up here. I mean, that's it. I mean, I'm just gonna be super bullish on these coins that I've just known about for a long time. Super bullish Doge. Doge is in that same accumulation. This is smart money. That's all you got to look at. Smart money, trying to just build up their bags, and that is all you need to know. Is like macro accumulation is happening right now, right in front of our eyes, and you do not need to be ghosted or psyoped or whatever. You know, gaslit that you're crazy for being into crypto and you need to hang it up. You know, oh yeah, this is the last cycle, guys. Oh, that's it. So that's it, guys. This is your last chance. I'm never going to be that person in crypto to discourage you from continuing this journey. But since YouTube, I guess, is trying to freaking, you know, I don't know, they're like shadow banning the crap out of me for some reason. They're not liking my channel. I don't know why. I wish they would like it a little bit more. I gotta get YouTube being more bullish on my channel because they are just not pushing it out there. And I don't want to pay for advertising. All right, but yeah, you guys are awesome. Thank you for smashing up the likes. We got it above 10, and the X algo is doing pretty well, and it's always due to these Sprotos, man. These cheeky Sprotos. These cheeky Sprotos will repost and like all the things and reshare and immediately make amazing art right off the bat. They're super quick. That's why I like the Ticker Bitcoin community and the Sprotos, because it's just immediate creativity and art creation, and we love it. All right, so we've been streaming for about an hour now. I think that's pretty much it. That's all we really wanted to cover. We wanted to cover a little bit of these alts, the Bitcoin craziness, and I think that's about it. I want to make sure there was nothing else. I'm pretty sure that was it. But yeah, oh yeah, man, that's so crazy. We were waiting for this. We were waiting for this World Liberty financial wallet to hit in the billions. This thing is holding 13 billion. So yeah, and if you're curious about this, if you want to track this wallet, I'll copy and paste it in the description or in the chat, so you can track that as well. Yeah, I think that's it. Got in 15 days on the 17th, we have an FOMC, so there could be some front running of this particular rate cut. I mean, it's 80. I mean, it's like it's going to be basically going to be like a 99%, 100% chance they're going to be cutting, something. They're going to be cutting something. I don't know if they're going to be cutting the cheese or they're going to be cutting the rates, but they're going to be cutting something. And so we're going to be watching that. Watch Pulse Chain. I don't know. There's going to be something happening with Pulse Chain. We got these devices going out. These scratch and scratch pads, the boogie boards. Everyone's getting boogie boards. We'll see what happens with those. And we'll see what happens with Pulse Chain over the next year, not the next 2 months, not the next 3, not the next week, not the next Sami video, but in the next year. That's what I'm curious about. Because I want to be an investor. I want to be an accumulator, not a gambler. I don't want to be in the casino, in the strip club, in a haze. I want to hold Ticker Bitcoin till like $10, just be really like autistic, just really mental, just mental about it. So hope you guys are going to be on that journey with me. But say hello. I want to hear from you guys. What's up? What's going on? This is one of the best places you can hang out on the internet right now, is in a crypto live stream. This is the place. This is the place to be, is the crypto live stream. It's so weird. My camera gradually just started to look worse and worse through the live stream, and then I think I fixed it, and then I don't know what happened. Like, I looked actually pretty decent right there, and then I turned into a ghost, and then I turned green into the Grinch, and then I went back slightly normal. God, what the heck? I have to get a real camera. I think it's time. I've been using my iPhone as my camera, and that's just... But I've actually talked about this. This is the best advice I can give you right now. This is the best advice I can give you. I always hear when people are trying to do something, create something, they're going to start something new. They ask people, for one, that's a mistake. Don't ever ask anyone's opinion. Should I do this? Who cares if they say no or yes? Do you want to do it? Are you interested in it? Do it. Who cares? You don't have to ask people's opinions if you should do something or not when it comes to like a business or whatever. You can, but a lot of the times it's irrelevant. The opinions are irrelevant. If anything, people will discourage you more so from not doing it than doing it. So that's one thing. You don't need to really like ask too many like when people say, "Should I start a podcast?" Start the podcast. If I went around and asked for so long about if I should start a crypto channel, damn straight I probably wouldn't have started it, because everyone would have been like Absolutely not. Crypto's a scam and you shouldn't start it at all. If anything, you should run. But I'm not gonna listen to people. I'm doing this. And so that's one. So eliminate the need to get validation from other people to start the thing or do the thing. And also, you don't need a certain piece of equipment to start a channel or to start recording or to, like, I need a certain setup. Oh, I gotta have this certain like, you just use what you have. I've learned this over the years with being in bands and being kind of like bands. Like when you're in a band, you do a lot of stuff DIY. It's all DIY. You know, you're making album artwork. You maybe even be recording the album yourself. You're printing the flyers out. You're doing the footwork, and you know, and then you play the show. I mean, it's like you're basically doing all jobs, and so you end up learning how to be resourceful, and you just stop making excuses for starting something because you don't have this particular camera. You don't have this. I'm like, you just got to use what you have and just make it work. Make it work. Whatever it is, you just the best thing that you can do with what you just do the best you can do with what you have. And so, because I hear this all the time, and it's like, this is what stops people from being creative or starting something. Is like, I'm like, why are you making so many excuses for yourself on why you're not going to do something? You are stonewalling yourself for thinking you need a $500 camera to start a channel. Take your freaking iPhone out and start recording. I don't care if you got a damn Razer phone and you can record a video on that. Take it out, create a short, talk about it. And you're gonna make bad videos. You're gonna make bad videos. It's gonna happen. You're gonna make bad stuff. You're going to keep adjusting. You're gonna go to the drawing board, but that's great. Because that's always the thing. And then you have this informed pessimism where you're like, oh, well, I got my $500 camera. I thought it was going to be like getting 500,000 views and all this stuff. And I thought it was going to go this way because now I have the perfect gear and I got everything I was supposed to do. And it's like, no, it doesn't work like that. I don't know if that helps, but I've just noticed that when I hear people talking about the things that they want to try and do, they just are talking themselves out of it. I'm like, I don't want to hear it. All I want you to do is bring me some data. Bring me the freaking idea. I want to see it. Show me. Don't tell me about it. Show me. Because I'm going to show you what I'm working on. I'm not going to tell you about it. I'm going to say, look, what are you working on? Go to my freaking channel. I'll show you what I'm working on. I've been live streaming Monday through Friday for 95 weeks straight. That's what I'm working on. Dialing it in. Consistency. That's what I'm working on. Being consistent. And so that you can do the same thing. So I hope that helps, because people got to stop making excuses, especially when it comes to investing and paying off their debts and getting out of the rat race, because a lot of it is excuses. Oh, well, I can't because this and that. Nope. Stop it. You're literally spelling yourself out of changing your life. And I've been doing that I did that. I was doing that. I constantly was talking myself out of certain ways that I know I could be better. Making excuses. It's different this time, my friends. This cycle's different this time. It's time to level it up. It's time to level it up, my friends. It's time to start getting bullish. It's time to start getting excited. It's time to start having some damn conviction. Scared money doesn't make any money, my friends.
Little trade another day.
We're gonna play it out. We're gonna play this stream out with this
For some
song.
reason the charts change.
Little trade another day.
And tomorrow,
And we're gonna leave you with
biggest
this.
bear out there, so be it.
You win some, you lose some. But you live to trade another day. Live to make another play. You win some, you lose some. But you live to trade another day. Live to make another play. Live to trade another day. Live to trade another day. Live to make another play. Win some, you lose some. But you live to trade another day. Live to make another play. Scared money don't make no money. 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 You win some, you lose some. But you live to trade another day. Live to make another play. Is it the bottom yet? I'm trying to buy up everything. Not gonna get upset. Just pull the trigger, let it bang. When I see a trade, I'm hopping in like a Uber to secure my future. Up early just like a rooster. Eyes glued to the computer looking for a bag or two. Market cipher on the screen, compliments of trading view. Now I know what I'ma do. Buy low and sell high. Even if you try and fail, at least you didn't fail to try. I don't wanna be the type of guy that let fear win. I'm the one that dive in head first and bust my chin. I know FOMO is a no-no, but I still get it in. Now I can't predict the future, but I know I'm bound to win. Later or sooner, I'll be the big kahuna. Cause I got big kahunas. I was not scared to get money, I took me some chances and now I'm the big kahuna. And if you scared, might as well get neuter. I'ma keep chasing my dreams. Wake up in mansion so big, I need a segue to get from wing to wing. Scared money don't make no money. 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 You win some, you lose some. But you live to trade another day. Live to make another play. Scared money don't make no money. 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 You win some, you lose some. But you live to trade another day. Live to make another play. Don't be scared, G. Like paid in full, get your bread, B. Cold wallet full of crypto, yeah. Big Lebowski. Can't forget to tip the waitress. Fur and loathing in Las Vegas. Tupac told us about the changes. People hating on your greatness. Mansion looking hella spacious. Shoes, they ain't got no laces. This the Aquarius age. Life happen in different phases. Out with money, in with.
I love that line. This the Aquarius sage. Life happens in different phases. I love it.
Analog to digital. Could've been rich, but you was scared. What an imbecile. Say you want a miracle, but you bet the minimal. Should've bet it all. Hell no, not the unthinkable. Grow some balls if you got a pair. Man, I double dare you to put it all in the market. No, sir, I'm not trying to scare you. Seeking and searching, I need some more money. AI is scary, make us look like dummies. Serious about profit, I need it, I'm hungry. My music all over.
Oh, I'm muted. Okay, so I had some thoughts. Tell me if I'm crazy. Tell me if I'm crazy for thinking this. Guys, I'm sitting on the toilet right now, and I had a crazy thought. I thought to myself, holy crap, what if we are experiencing a psyop within a psyop within a psyop? Imagine the deep state thinks that they have it all figured out. Like they're going to use Trump as a scapegoat, basically, use Trump to usher in the AI oligarchy, whatever, deep state, AI controlled, one world government, just the Peter Thiel, Elon Musk, Sam Altman, JD Vance connection. We've been hearing about this, how, all these AI billionaires basically forced and pressured Trump to have JD Vance, which is their buddy, to get into the White House and then eventually sabotage Trump to have Vance be in control so then they can usher in this major control. But what if Trump knew that was actually going to happen? And Trump has been playing a 8D, 12D chess. And he knows that that's what's happening. And he's like, okay, yeah, you guys can think you got me, but I got you. But I got you psyoped under a psyop. David Icke thinks that this is happening right now, that Trump is being used. But what if? Just what if? What if Trump is psyoping the psyop? This is. Do you think that's possible? Please talk to me, guys. Do you think that's possible? Possibly. It's possible. I got crickets right now. It's like crickets. It's like crickets. Come on, talk to me here, guys. Like, am I crazy for thinking that? I like to weigh out those possibilities in my head. I think about it. I'm like, I like to weigh those out in my head and think, okay, if that was the case, that would be like the greatest story of all time in politics. This Trump arc, because there's just been so much controversies. There's so much of the narrative in mainstream media, and just like how they want people to, they want a big portion of people to view Trump, and the dissonance and the disconnect and all that stuff. And I just wonder if there is just this kind of there's just like this crazy story happening all in the background, and I don't know. It's fun to think about it, though. It's fun to think about it. But all right, my friends, thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. We'll catch you on the next one. Peace. So long about if I should start a crypto channel, damn straight.